So I'm going to be talking about my experience so far from taking the fromm course, and there's so many things that I wish that I would have known a long time ago, because honestly I feel like it's helped me just clear my mind, think about things a lot more, especially before I speak and react. Like, for example, one time back in 8th grade, I was talking with a friend of mine, and it was a guy, and he was saying how he thought that girls of a lighter tone, black girls that were of a lighter tone, were better than dark-skinned girls like myself. And me being a dark-skinned girl, I was offended. Like, I was greatly offended by it, because I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, well, what's wrong with us? Because at the end of the day, we are all African American. We are all people. We're breathing the same air. You function just like I function, so it's just like, what's the big deal? And I immediately just was offended by everything that he had to say. I was just completely turned off. And I was debating my side of it. He was debating his side of it, and he didn't want to hear what I had to say. I didn't want to hear what he had to say. And when we received the information in class about the having and being mode in your daily experiences, one of the sections was about conversating with people. And it was just so funny because, like, people may not know, but when someone tells me something and I don't agree with it, I just completely shut down. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to debate with you or anything like that. And Fromm was just saying, like, there's two modes of listening to people. You have your having mode and you have your being mode. And if you're having mode, you're just basically, all you want to do is talk about yourself. You want to talk about what you have, your possessions and everything. And then on the other hand, you have the being mode. Those are the people that just kind of put themselves aside, but at the same time, they bring new ideas to the table. They listen to that other person talking and everything. And it's very productive at the end of the day. So I just want to read something that just really struck out to me. And this is about people that are in the being mode. They give birth to new ideas because they are not holding on to anything, and thus can produce and give. While the having person relies on what they have, the being person relies on the fact that they are alive, and that something new will be born, if and only they have the courage to let go and respond. And when I read that, I thought about how so many people have so many, like, preconceived notions in their minds about the ways that things should and shouldn't be. And when you're like that, it just keeps you from actually just living life and being alive. And you can't produce anything new. How can you come up with something new when you're constantly thinking about the way that things should and shouldn't be? It's just not possible. And that's basically what Fromm is saying, that it's just not possible when you're that way. And a lot of times it actually takes courage to let go and just respond to what's going on right in front of you. Don't think about anything else that's may happen 2-3 weeks ago or what might happen in the future. Just have courage to let go and just think about what's going on, because at the end of the day, our minds are crazy. It's kind of like we have 1,001 mice running around in there, and we're just thinking about this, that, and the other. And when you actually let go and have courage just to respond, you'll be surprised what happens. You'll actually be conversating with people. It won't be so much of a debate. Now, if I were to go back to the Kiara back in 8th grade, and then when I would have known all of this, I probably would have sat down and talked to that person and said, you know what, well, why do you feel that way? And I probably would realize that at the end of the day, he probably had a bad experience with a dark-skinned girl or something like that. As silly as it may seem, this can apply to anything that may be going on in your life, not necessarily with just race, but schoolwork, or maybe with your parents. If you actually just sit down and talk with them, you might realize why they don't want you to go to college maybe 10 hours away, or why they want you to stay here at home. Because at the end of the day, everyone has an opinion, and if you actually just listen to what they have to say, you might realize something, or you might learn something new, and you might formulate your own ideas about things. And yeah, that's pretty much it.